What up, Track Cat family? Welcome back to another blessed and positive video. Now today, I know it looks like we're in an underground parking garage, like dungeon type of vibe, and we are, because we're going to be doing a comparison video. Today I have something different. I already have Big Z in front of me, but I got something else sitting beside it. And we're not just going to be comparing any car to my ZL1. We're going to be comparing my boy's SS. Say hello to my boy Don.
What's going on?
Now we got my Z and my boy's SS parked up. It's like this underground garage type of vibe. It looks real dope with them in here with the headlights on. And we're about to give the differences between owning the ZL1 and the SS. The drivability, the gas mileage. We're about to really get into it. Now we have a list of things between the two cars that we're going to compare, the ZL1 and the SS. The first thing is drivability. Now for the ZL1, since I am supercharged, the drivability is a little bit more, I would say, like just wanting to go in straight lines and more turns. The turns are good, but just it really wants to tear the straight lines up just because when it gets going, it's hard to really slow it down. So that's why I'll say one thing with the drivability. I thought when I got the car it would really be super nimble all the time. But once I get into boost and I get into the power, it doesn't really want to move like it wants to move when it's not in boost, when I'm just rolling and just cruising, you know, on a regular road. But it does drive good when I cruise it and I don't really go too fast. On the highway, it's good. Takes the bumps good. The magnetic ride, I have that, so it rides good. It doesn't have the 1LE suspension. If I had the 1LE, it would be stiff all the time. But with my boy with the SS, now this is an SS 1LE, and we have him here. So we're gonna let him go ahead and explain how he thinks the drivability is. How do you think the drivability is, my boy?
I love it. I think it's really good on the corners. Took it on a few tracks and canyons. It is really good. It glides through the corners and everything. In track mode, super stiff, super agile, and I love it as a daily because I do daily drive it. But yeah, other than that, it's pretty good. Decent horsepower. Obviously, the ZL1 supercharged, so mine's a little less torquey, but still good for every day and the track and the canyons.
I've ridden in the SS 1LE a couple times. I mean, I've ridden in this car a dozen times. And in the canyons, it just handles different. It just takes the turns a little bit different than the Z just because of the supercharger. Now, when I get on the supercharger, it starts to take them a little bit slower. When I'm off of it, it acts like his car. The next thing that we're gonna touch on is gas mileage. Key. Gas mileage is key with these cars and just fast cars in general. I'm averaging about 12 to 14 miles per gallon right now, depending on how I drive it. If I baby it, I could probably get 15, 16 miles per gallon. Now, with my boy with the SS, he doesn't have the supercharger, so he might get a little bit better miles per gallon. What are you getting, bro?
I get about 18 to 20. If I like smashing on it every day,
Okay.
probably get like 14, but it's kind of hard. But yeah, I usually get like 18 to 20 on a daily basis. It's pretty good. Not
Okay.
bad.
Yeah. If 18, I'll probably get like 18. If I baby it, like really, really, really baby it, don't try to get into the supercharger as much. Drive on the freeway. Because if I drive on the freeway, it'll kick it into 4-cylinder mode. Does yours do that?
Yeah, mine does do that.
Okay. It kicks into 4-cylinder mode?
Save a lot of gas, yeah.
Okay. Heck yeah. Save a whole bunch of gas in 4-cylinder mode. So the gas mileage in the Camaros is not that bad. If you're thinking about getting a Camaro, you shouldn't have to worry about the gas mileage that much. Now the next thing that we're going to touch on is tire life. Does the ZL1 eat up more tires than the SS? In my opinion, I don't think so. I think it all matters on the way you drive and the roads that you drive on your daily commute. If the roads are unevenly paved, if they're kind of bumpy, if they're smooth paved. The roads have a lot to do with the way your tires are going to wear. What do you think?
I agree. Depends how you drive, where you drive at. Depends all on the factor about your tires. But on takeoff, like, 'cause if you take off all the time and stuff, it does eat up more tire. So you'll probably eat more tire on takeoffs and stuff like that.
Hell yeah, if you launch it,
Exactly.
stuff like that. Hell yeah. Especially if you launch it, this mug is going to eat up tires.
Exactly, bro. Exactly.
Eat up tires. I don't think that the ZL1 will necessarily eat up more tires than the SS. Because they're both fast cars. Like, they're both super, super fast cars. Off the line, everything.
Yeah.
You're going to, you know,
Must be-
kind of like smoke up the tires a little bit.
Exactly.
You could do a roll and burnout easy with these cars.
Yes.
So it's just all on the way you drive it. So y'all shouldn't have to worry about the tires. You shouldn't have to worry about getting tires all the time, especially if you drive it right. I would say, when is the last time you got tires?
Months ago, to be honest.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
And now I just got my fronts. Y'all know we just got the fronts. And the front should last a minute. We shouldn't be at the tire shop getting no tires for a minute. We just went there yesterday. Shouldn't be back. Now the next thing that we're going to touch on is the transmission. We both have the 10-speed automatic. Since we both have it, we're going to let you guys know how we like it. I really like the 10-speed because of the way it shifts. It has a lot of gears. Even when you're not shifting it, you can hear it shifting in the background all the time. It seems like it saves a lot of gas because it kicks it up into high gears on a freeway.
I really love the 10-speed. It's super good, super smooth. Feels like butter, honestly. And yeah, really good on the gas too. Higher gears when you're cruising on the freeway. But other than that, overall, super good transmission, to be honest.
Heck yeah, it feels super, super effective. Like the way they built this 10-speed up. And I know it's new for the Camaros. It's super new for the Camaros, huh?
Yeah.
Some new stuff that they're doing?
I believe the Mustang had it first.
Yeah, they had it. And then they got together with Ford and they created the 10-speed for the Camaro. It's been super dope, and I recommend the 10-speed over the manual. You think manual or 10-speed? What you think on that?
It depends what your preference is. A lot of people like manual better. Me, I'm gonna be racing, so I'll get the 10-speed.
And automatic rinse races all day.
Yep, wins races. But if you're trying to do more canyon work, I would say get a manual, to be honest.
Okay.
And
that's because you can really control your gears and everything,
you can really control it, yeah.
Now, something else I'm going to touch on is super specific within the year of ZL1 or SS that you're going to get. Now, I'm coming back here to the back of the cars. There's a camera on the back of my boy's SS, right? It being a 2023 and being newer, it comes with this camera. It's a camera on the back of the fin. Now, on the back of my fin, I don't have the camera. And that's mainly because of the year. If I had a newer Z, like a 2023, it would have the camera. But my boy have a 2023 SS. It comes with the camera. This is something small. You can see out the back window. You will get used to the visibility in the Camaro just without the camera. When did they start the camera, Don?
I'm not too sure. I believe it was 2020 and up.
Okay.
But it only came on the 1LEs though. So ZL1 1LE and the SS 1LE.
Heck yeah, heck yeah. So, those are the years if you wanted to get a camera. This is a little something that kind of bothers me a little bit, but you'll get used to it and it really won't affect you like that. Now, the next thing that we're going to touch on has to do with underneath the hood. That's why both of the hoods are popped on the Z and the SS. Now, some of y'all might not know or might know, but I have an aftermarket intake, and my boy does too. I have the Corsa. I have the Corsa intake, which works real good, and I really like the way the carbon fiber looks. And my boy has the Rotofab on his SS. How do you like the Rotofab on your SS?
Honestly, I love it. Keeps my car super cool compared to the stock one. Obviously, it looks way better than the stock one. And yeah, honestly, I love the way it feels. The sound too sounds really good. I just need to take off my hood, but honestly, way better than the stock one.
And I feel the same way about my Corsa. Y'all know how we feel about the Corsa. Y'all seen the video. If some of y'all haven't, go ahead and watch it. It should be like maybe 4 or 5, 6 videos down. It's when I installed the Corsa intake on the ZL1. This Corsa intake makes the supercharger whine and enhances the supercharger. Now, the next thing we're going to touch on has to do with the back of the car. Now, the next thing I want to touch on has to do with the back of the car. Has to do with the wings. My wing on the ZL1 is a little bit different than the wing on the SS. My wing on the ZL1 might add a little bit more downforce too, just by the way it kind of stands up. And this is the way the wing looks on the SS. It's a bit smaller, and it's actually like sculpted into the car. It doesn't stand up off the car. It's almost like more of a sporty style wing. Now, the next thing I want to touch on has to do with the inside, has to do with the seats. They're both Recaro seats, but they're a little bit different when it comes to the badging and the stitching. First, we're going to start off in the Z. As y'all can see, now this does not come like this. I did go ahead and I put a little bit of wrap, and I made the blue custom, or I made the one custom to blue so it can match the car. But the stitching, this red stitching is a little bit different. Also, when you get in my boy's car, or once we get in my boy's car, you'll see that on the sides he has a little bit of gray. This all black right here. And the red stitching in between the seats. Now we're getting in the SS. And one thing I didn't mention that I didn't notice, I kind of forgot he had, was the red seat belts. But as y'all can see, seats are a little bit different. The sides right here are gray. There's no red stitching. And there's really no logos. But these are the same Recaro seats. And the stitching is white. A little bit different. A little bit of a different vibe, but these red seat belts in here with the red. Yeah. And my boy also does have this. I know it doesn't come stock like this, but this is different. The center console, Alcantara. Just a little bit of a different interior in the inside of the SS. And it's not nothing you can really change unless you want to go ahead and grab ZL1 seats, because you want the ZL1 seats in your SS1 Elite so bad, but it doesn't make any sense. It's something you kind of really have to deal with. Be like, okay, does it come with SS badges? Maybe you can get some custom made, which I haven't seen done yet. These cars are very similar in a lot of ways, so it can be kind of hard to compare the two. Me and my boy are kind of sitting here like, what else? What else are the differences? Because we're getting to a certain point where it's not really a difference. All the stuff we've named, really. One's supercharged, one's not. They both drive super good, but they're still different at the same time. There's one more thing that I want to touch on. We're going to do a part 2 of this because the exhaust systems are very different, and I'm going to let you guys hear that in the part 2. There's one more thing I want to touch on in this video, and it's the wheels. Our wheels are a lot different. My wheels on the Z and on the SS, they have a different look to them. They look really clean though. I really like the way the SS look, and they look similar to the 1LE wheels that come on the ZL1. It's all preference at that point. You can find SS wheels for the Z, or you can find ZL1 wheels for the SS. Everything's interchangeable when it comes to that point. Now on that note, that is some of the differences between the ZL1 and the SS. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I appreciate my boy Adon for being a part of it with me.
You already know.
Yeah. And on that note, stay blessed, stay positive. Those are some of the differences between the ZL1 and the SS. Peace. Love y'all.